So I think one of the things that I wanted to talk to you is sort of what are the key things if somebody is coming to the B Corp assessment and considering what this might bring to them, they understand that this is a reflection of culture. It's a very rigorous process. What are the things that you saw as being key to delivering to the point of certification? So I know you were talking about having high level buy-in,
Hmm.
and I experienced that too. If you don't have high level buy-in, it's going to be a very hard journey, isn't it?
It is. And I think it's about trying to unpack a little bit because obviously a
Mm.
global movement, and trying to pull out and extract what really matters for you as an organization and how that aligns with B Corp's values. Um, in my day job, I'm a corporate lawyer. So I do lots of work talking to businesses about all types of structures, many of which are looking at purposeful business. In the round. And that doesn't always mean certification as a B Corp, although there are some benefits that I'm sure we'll touch on in this conversation, and particularly around transparency, as we've already alluded
Mm.
to. And that's clearly the way that the world is shifting. But importantly, it's about seeing sustainability as everyone's job. There are lots of
Yes.
discussions around, well, do we do that already? Are we already sustainable? And I think the best advice I've had recently, from within the kind of sustainability space in business is actually you don't need sustainability in your title to be an advocate, to be a leader. And so that high level buy-in about making everyone within the organization a culture carrier for change is so important, because that's where you get change, not only within the business, which is
Mm.
fantastic, as you say, for growth, um, and for progression and for opportunities, with businesses you may have not even thought of working with before.
Yeah.
Um, but more importantly, they take those values into their families, into their communities. And that's where society, I think, is really going to have the most ability to bring about change, because I think, politically, and economically, there are huge challenges ahead. And the pace
Yeah.
of change that's needed, I think, is going to rely on businesses to take the lead, and for people within those businesses to be talking about, the opportunities, for the future, which,
Yeah.
as a Southwest based law firm, and a Southwest based business with children of my own, that's really important for the future.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of leadership model that we've adopted within our partnership. And we're seeing that clients are really interested in that, and businesses that we work alongside are really interested in sharing that, sharing
Yeah.
journeys, just as we're doing today,
Yeah.
which is really important. How about
Yes.
yourselves at Groundsure? How did you find that aspect with kind of wider stakeholders and kind of strategic leadership?
Well, I think from our point of view, it felt like an incredibly natural fit. We knew we were doing things. We
Yeah.
wanted to understand what we were doing. Um, it's always about looking for opportunities. Uh, and we already did things like sort of community facing work,
Mm.
but we wanted to actually make that more shared and make it grow so that it's something that, as you say, you're taking it out of yourself and you're sharing it with other people. So we have talked about buy-in, and the fact that that's necessary not just to have things driven for the top, but it actually is part of the culture and
Mm.
empowers other people within the organisation to pick up the mantle. And quite often, I mean, our experience is that there are a lot of people with quiet passion to get involved in things, and if you can encourage them and empower them to get involved, they were very happy to run with it. We've got some excellent teams who are quietly but very effectively delivering various aspects, which has brought a huge amount to the company in terms of just bringing people together and collaboration that then rubs off onto the day jobs.